Okay, how about that one? Okay, how about that one? And boo. Hi guys, how's it going? Wait for the stream to catch up. Okay. You should be able to hear the game volume coming through at this point. Yes. Thank you, Kara. Let me know if it's too loud, not loud enough. Yeah, because we got about 5 minutes. I figured before we officially start, so I figured I'd play with the settings a little bit and see. Yeah, right. Of course, gotta have the fangs. That's what I started thinking about. I was like, I could wear my fangs. I could do the nice black and red vampire lip. Do the thick eyeliner. So, no, my top is very loud, or the game is very loud. It's the only thing that I had that was like black meshy, and I know the flowers aren't exactly very vampire, but eh. Everything sounds good. I'm not too loud, too quiet. The game music you should be able to hear at this point. It's not too loud or too quiet. You can hear me well enough over it. Okay. Everything sounds good. I'm not too loud, too quiet. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Well, I am choking to death here. Alrighty. Hey Jesse, how's it going? Okay, everybody can hear me fine. I won't bore you guys too much with my face, so I'll go ahead and bring the game screen up, which should display right about there. There it goes. Oh, I gotta bring chat back up real quick. Yeah, unfortunately there's no windowed mode for this. I looked for the option, there's no mode, so I'm having to tab out of the game every time, and it lags my whole computer when I do. So. So how's everyone doing tonight? Yeah, because I didn't see, I saw resolution settings, but no option for like a borderless window, which I prefer when I'm streaming, so that way I can tab out of things. All right. So, got about 1 minute left, and we'll go ahead and start the game. Tomorrow is your last day off. Oof. I wish I was off tomorrow. I'd love to be off on a Monday. So who has suggestions on what we should play tonight? I know Scribe's probably already got his ideas. But Tremere, interesting choice. I don't think I've ever played a Tremere. I played one in a LARP temporarily. Like I was a cast character for them, so they asked me to switch out from my regular character and be a Tremere for the night. And she was, for lack of a better phrase, she was an SJW. She was trying to break away from the traditional Tremere, and they were going to start their own house. So that was pretty interesting. She was very much a social justice advocate, very much a activist, very much a shoot first, ask questions later type of person. You know, the ends justified the means. The one with the most blood. Well, they all have blood, Kara, so. We're gonna go ahead and start the game. We'll go ahead and start looking at the character creation stuff, and I can start explaining to folks, so. Because there's some of you in there who have no idea. I'm not going to do the series of questions. I'm going to go directly to the character sheet. And I'm going to be a female. So. Tremere has the deepest subplot as far as lore in the game. I didn't know that. I know everyone talks about the Malkavians because the Malkavians get the ability to talk to things, and they just see things differently. They get interesting dialogue options, but okay, well, I'll kind of explain to those who don't know briefly what the clans are, what their strengths and weaknesses are. Starting at the top here, we got the Bruja. The Bruja are very physically strong. They're not they're usually seen as like biker thugs would be a good description of the Bruja. They're typically physical warriors, but they have short tempers. So they're much more likely to lose their temper and beat the shit out of you, and much more likely to frenzy, which is lose control of themselves and their beast takes over and they murder people. Then we have the Gangrel, who are much more in touch with their animal side. They are they're a little less likely to frenzy than the Bruja are, but they have like less temper problem. But they actually, I don't know if it's going to be in this game, but but they're much more in touch with nature and with their beasts. They're actually one of the only vampire clans that the werewolves will actually have anything to do with. And even then, it's very rare, but they will still have some interactions with them. And then they, yeah, Malkavians and probably Nosferatu challenging Tremere had the most clan-centric plot material. Interesting. But yeah, they're more animalistic, and like I don't think it's in the game, but in the RPG, in the tabletop RPG and LARP, if your character frenzies, they take on an animalistic aspect. So like you'll end up with like fox ears or a tail or claws or something like that. They become more like an animal, and that feature can stay on them permanently if the frenzy was bad enough. Next we have Malkavians. Now Malkavians are defined by their derangements, as they call them. Each one of them has something that's mentally broken with them in some way. Some of them are paranoid, some of them are schizophrenic, some of them are clairvoyant to an extent, but they whatever it is drives them mad. Usually they're off the wall weirdos, and they are doing, like, their nickname is the lunatics. So like the entirety of the rest of the vampire kind knows them as crazy. In this particular one, I don't think they're very specific what your derangement is when you select Malkavian. You just get a wide assortment of crazy things that happen to you. Like I mentioned a minute ago, you're able to converse with a signpost. You get weird dialogue options that don't make any sense to anybody, and you say them to people, and they'll just kind of look at you like you're fucking nuts. But then they realize, oh, you're Malkavian, so it doesn't. Of course, you're not making any sense. And the Nosferatu. Now, if you notice over here, the Nosferatu isn't very attractive. And the Nosferatu are masters of stealth and gathering information. They're really good at that, and they're actually pretty good in a fight too. The problem is that they're absolutely hideous. So they can't be seen by normal people. So you can't go walking around in the street like Scribe said there. The Nosferatu are challenging because you can't just walk up to people and have a conversation, get information from them. You have to glean that information other ways. And the only way you can walk around is you use the sewers to get around. So I think once you get to 3rd level Obfuscate, you can, I don't know if it's in this game again, you can get Mask of 1,000 Faces, which allows you to disguise yourself as human. But it's tough going until at least till you get to that point. So yeah, like Jesse said, stay in the shadow all the time. You have to stay hidden, because if you come out, you'll be discovered, and that's not good. So Toreador. The Toreador are art lovers. They are, cursed with the burden of ugliness, for their progenitors' sin of vanity. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Toreador are very high society, very well-to-do vampires who tend to invest in the arts. They're very obsessed with different forms of artistic expression. It could be paintings, could be music, could be all different, any different type of art you can think of. There was one person I knew in our LARP that was actually going to make a Toreador who's a serial killer, whose art was carving up bodies. In her particular bent, her character saw it as an art form in and of itself, and I was like, okay, I suppose that works. Another one, he was his art was rock music. He was a well-known rock musician. Scribe says I know way too much about the lore. Now that's fine. I welcome any extra commentary, because I don't know everything about the lore. I know quite a bit, but yeah. And then there's the one that Scribe suggested, the Tremere. The Tremere are the only ones that have any sort of magic. They call it thaumaturgy, which is it's a blood magic. because otherwise, even if you were like a mage in life, when you become undead, you become vampire, you lose that ability. The Tremere are the only ones that really have a magic of sorts. But there's a quick way down the humanity rate. But they're not particularly well liked amongst from the other clans, because they've, over the centuries, their clan has, in one form or another, done things to the other clans. I know, for example, there's an Assamite clan, which is not a playable clan in this one, who's a clan of assassins. They were cursed with the ability, they were cursed by the Tremere to not be able to drink other vampires' blood anymore, which is how they used to gain power and strength. They would diablerize another vampire and gain their power. And a mortal house of mages sought immortality through vampire blood, accidentally ended up being embraced themselves, became the only clan not originating from Cain. Yeah, exactly. So the Tremere are not very well liked. I mean, they've done things to the other clans, cursed them and stuff like that over the years, and mostly the only reason they're even still tolerated is because they are useful. So, because of their power. And then last but not least, the Ventrue. The Ventrue are the, for lack of a better way to describe it, the nobility of the Camarilla, which is the good vampires, I guess, the ones that don't want to destroy the world. The Ventrue are usually very wealthy, very influential, much like the Toreador. However, these focus less on art and more on the wealth and power aspects of things. They usually find them in positions of power. You'll find them running big businesses. You know, they're almost always wealthy, and almost always, like I said, in some kind of power structure of some kind, be it government or finance or something like that. My first LARP character was a Ventrue, and she ran I had sort of modeled her after Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, and so she was Patricia Bateman, and she worked at a what was it, a finance broker. She was a head fund manager, finance broker, something like that, from New York. So, and my music has gone out. Why has my music stopped, game? Politics, yeah. Hey, Mr. Monkeyland, how's it going? Oh good, I can scroll without having to click off this. Yes, remind me later, Shady, I'll give you a wrench. Okay, so concept I never played, Adventure Homeless Man, King of the Bums. Yeah, that would be an interesting concept to me, because, you know, most Ventrue, they ask, it's like, oh, what kind of business are you in? And you're kind of like, if you have a Ventrue that's not in any sort of business, they look at you like you're fucking crazy. So, okay, so given that list, I know Scribe is recommending Tremere. What about the rest of you guys? Oops, I'm bumping things. What sounds fun to you? I saw a vote for Nosferatu. I really don't want to play a Nosferatu, but if that's what everyone votes. Oop, I clicked off of it. What else is I clicked off here, Shady? Where are you at? There you go. You're a moderator now, Shady. I had to check manually. Yeah, I sent it out on Twitter as well, but so what do you guys think? This is your time to let me know what you want me to play. I am familiar enough, I think, with the concepts of each clan that I can play each one to their strengths. So do. Wish the music would come back on. Play again, music. I think no matter what, I'm gonna name her Eve. Just because I'm self-aggrandizing like that. No suggestions? No other volunteer information? Nobody have any suggestions? Come on, guys. Oh, there we go. Jason played the animal. Why did that take so long to update? What the hell? There's all like appeared at once. I like the art one, so it's Toreador, Bruja, Hot Chick Vampire. Well, pretty much all of them except for the Nosferatu are a hot chick, so. Gangrel. Vampire blood the Tremere used. The ritual made them vampires was Zamisi blood. This is Zamisi hit with him with a passion. Yeah. Will she be a redhead? You know what? I don't know. I could probably find mods for a later one to like reskin the character as a redhead, but for now I'm just gonna have to go with what they got. And I don't think any of them are really a redhead. You forget Art Lover Rockstar. Art Lover Rockstar is Toreador. So we got Tremere or Bruja. You guys are kind of all over the map. Toreador is a redhead? She is. Which one drinks blood with their pinky finger out? That would probably either be the Toreador or the Ventru if I had to guess. I love how the Ventru are, because they're so uppity, they have a restriction on what they can feed on. So usually if you're playing in the tabletop game or the LARP, you have to oh, it's neon redhead, really? Oh yeah, his hair is definitely neon red. Yep. And that Ventru should be wearing a suit. I feel like that's a missed opportunity there. But hey Polly, how's it going? Toreador redhead, that's why I like that one. But yeah, I was saying about the Ventru. The Ventru can only feed on married women. Thus, he was very pro gay marriage. 2 for the price of 1. I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, so they had a very specific thing that they could feed on. You're limited to that thing pretty much. In this one, they're just saying you can't feed on lower people. It'll just make them sick, and they'll vomit up blood. They'll actually lose blood points if you try to feed on like the homeless or prostitutes and stuff. In this one, you just feed on like middle class and up, I think. So. Well, I see I see. Oops. I clicked off of it again. I see some. We've already been here for 18 minutes streaming, so I've pretty much explained the difference between. Uh-oh. Oh, it scared me for a second. Alright, so I've seen one vote for Malkavian and Gangrel, and one vote for Nosferatu. I think there was one for Toreador. I haven't seen any for Ventru. I've seen several people say... Okay, there's two for Nosferatu. I've seen several people say Tremere. And then I've seen at least two say Bruja. I'm gonna change my vote to match Scribes because he knows more. Oh well, did you look at my camera though, Polly? I have no idea about any of the. I have no idea of anything about this game. Oh, okay. Well, you play as a vampire. You go around and kill people. So, I think I'm getting the most votes for Tremere, which is going to be interesting because I've never played Tremere before. So we're going to see how this goes. I played Tremere in the LARP, and that was interesting. So. Being Tremere, 1 point remaining. Hold up. That doesn't seem right. We'll see what auto spin does. Yeah, I'll reset that. I'm just glad I'm not on. My lore commentary would be nonstop. You could be if you want to be, Scribe. I mean, I could set up a voice chat real quick. Oh, okay. I see what I'm doing here. That's why it's telling me. Got you. Investigation will increase your inspection feat. Scholarship, your character gathers information, debate, and learn new skills. Scholarship will increase your research and persuasion feats. If you want to do it, tell you what. Let me set up a hangout real quick. Don't take computer. Okay. It's just not worth it, I guess. Let me do this hangout real quick. If you want to join me, Scribe, that'd be great. Copy link. And SDA is here too. Hi, SDA. Or my screen is blank at the moment because oh, you can still see it. Okay, cool. And there you go, Scribe. It's just a regular hangout because I'm doing everything through OBS, so I don't feel like Scribe answered me. Nice, double VTM nerd wisdom, yeah. Having Scribe's commentary, I think, would be a lot better than just me talking to myself, so.
Howdy, hey.
Hi there.
Okay, so you want to play some Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, do you?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, first tip, yeah, computer avoided all the passwords to hack in the game are set, and you can look those up online and cheat that way. I know it's cheating, but really is pointless to put points in computer.
Gotcha.
Um, the most effective fighting method in the game is melee. Guns can be useful in some limited encounters, but there's almost no situation in the game where melee isn't the most efficient, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now,
So,
I usually don't take perception all that much because perception just highlights some things that you might not see just otherwise because they're smaller or anything. But the thing is, I know where everything is in the game, so I never really have to take perception anymore when I play the game.
mm-hmm.
The most useful things you're going to want are melee, security, scholarship for talking to people on the skill side. I can't remember what the talents are. What are the talents again? Your picture's covering it up.
Talents. Oh, talents are brawl, dodge, intimidation, and subterfuge.
So do you want to be a character who seduces people or a character who convinces people? Because subterfuge is used for seduction. Brawl is almost pointless.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're gonna do melee, you want to do melee. You want to pick one fighting style, either guns, firearms, melee, or brawl, and stick with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see. So yeah, brawl, subterfuge. What was it? Sorry, what was the other two?
Uh, brawl, dodge, intimidation, subterfuge.
Yeah, dodge is good for defense. So how many points you start out with? 5. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
1 in melee. You want security. Picking locks is pretty important in the game. You can boost that with your physical.
Well, it's only letting me put one into skills for some reason.
Oh, that's right. They limit. That's right. They limit how many points you can put what column. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So melee is good for the first one there. In knowledges, I would say put all 3 in scholarship. Honestly, finance, you don't really need to spend that much money in the game. Finance only reduces prices a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of bonus free points you can get from NPCs in the game that you don't have to pay XP for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
So
anyway, that's my advice.
for the 2 in talents, you think you said brawl
Uh,
is useless, intimidation is probably useless if I'm using scholarship.
yeah, so yeah, there's intimidation gets you green options, seduction gets you pink options, but the more common options for influencing people come from just uh, what's the word they have on down here? Persuasion. Yeah, persuasion.
Yeah.
You have net more options with persuasion options than you do with most of the others.
Okay. So probably put that into dodge, you think? Just for the defensive?
Yeah, probably dodge makes the most sense. Yeah, that'll up your unarmed or armed defense or whatever.
And I get
Your
1 point for disciplines right now.
Yeah, so you can go a couple ways with this. Having more points in Dominate sometimes opens up other dialogue options in encountering people. You can use Dominate to make them do things at the cost of a little bit of blood, but those options are only available if you have the right rating in Dominate.
Mm,
Different patches can enhance some things. I don't know what the version of the unofficial patch has done for you or what things you added on there. I didn't see the backgrounds on the character creation thing, so I'm guessing you just got the straight
I got
unofficial
whatever the
patch.
most recent one was, yeah.
Yeah, there's a version of there's a option in the unofficial patch called the plus patch. It adds a whole bunch of extra stuff. But if you got the basics, it just takes vanilla and makes it firm up a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, either Thom 2 or Dominate 2. Auspex is practically useless in this game unless you're going to be firearms. Firearms having
Mm,
the perception increase can help, but for all intents and purposes, Auspex is not very useful in the vanilla game.
got you. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with Thom.
Yeah, Blood Boil or Blood Purge is a really good. It's essentially a stun ability for characters and does a little bit of
Mm-hmm.
damage. For humans, almost always kills them or brings them right to the brink.
Nice. Let's go. If I'm doing melee, I should probably do strength.
Yeah, that works.
And
strength or let's see. Yeah, any one of the three for your first one would be good. Stamina, you get a little bit more hit points. Dex, you can dodge a little bit better. Strength, you do a little bit more melee damage. So any one of the in the first round is fine.
Okay, and then mental, we'll go with probably intelligence.
I think does intelligence affect persuasion? I forget. Oh wait, no, that's social. That's manipulation.
Yeah, I didn't give me any points to spend in social.
That's right. Yeah, because Tremere aren't social. They're all bookish nerds and everything. Let's see. What does intelligence do? Research and intimidate. Research is limitedly good because research means that if you find a skill book, you can read it. You need certain research or research scores to read certain skill books to get bonuses. Those bonuses plateau at a certain point where the XP you would spend to get your research to the right place is more than actually just buying what the bonus would be. Let's see. Wits for defense is good too. So either
hacking defense, cool.
Yeah, like I say, hacking is useless in this game. If you need a password for something, just say so, and I'll look it up and tell you, so you don't have to worry about
okay. Let's see. And then put 1, 2 intelligence. So I'm pretty much done at that point.
Yep, that would be it.
All right. Are you ready, kids?
You got to name your character though, or you did already.
I did.
Okay.
Just named her Eve. I named everything
cool.
Eve.
Yeah, I'm kind of watching you play on a delay. I'll be quiet now.
You're good. How many times does that happen to in a sexual intercourse situation? The guy goes, "I want to show you something," and the girl screams. My artist and I just kind of had the idea pop up. Really, it came up organically. Oh, she's talking about her book. But I didn't say hi, STA. Hi, STA.
Now, who was the bit with their sunglasses on, right?
Right. Lots of blood. This is a very GTA start.
My fellow kindred, my apologies for disrupting any business or interfering with prior engagements you may have had this evening. It's unfortunate that the affair that gathers us together tonight is a troubling one. We are here because the laws that bind our society, the laws that are the fabric of our existence, have been broken. As Prince, I am within my rights to grant or deny the kindred of this city the privilege of siring. Many of you have come to me seeking permission, and I have endorsed some of these requests. However, the accused that sits before you tonight was not refused permission. Indeed, my permission was never sought at all. They were caught shortly after the embrace of this child. It pains me to announce the sentence, as up to tonight I considered the accused a loyal and upstanding member of our organization. But as some of you may know, the penalty for this transgression is death. Know that I am no more adjudicator than I am a servant to the law that governs us all. Let tonight's
yeah, if you'll notice, the sheriff's big long coat is made out of elephant skin.
We must adhere to the code that binds our society.
That's ridiculous.
We endanger all of
Yeah, it's got some lore to it.
Forgive me. Let the penalty commence.
He's a gargoyle, isn't he?
No, he's a kindred of the Ebon Kingdom. He's from Africa.
Which leads
really?
To the fate of the
he's part of a bloodline of vampires that evolved in Africa. So yeah, his elephant skin is a trophy.
Most importantly, the laws they must obey.
Okay.
Therefore,
yeah,
I have decided that
this is bullshit.
Uh-oh. Nobody seems happy.
If Mr. Rodriguez would let me finish, I have decided to let this kindred live. They shall be instructed in the ways of our kind and be granted the same rights. Let no one say I am unsympathetic to the plights and causes of this community. I thank you all for attending these proceedings, and I hope their significance is not lost.
Oh, thank you, Necrosa Collins. See you stopped by to like and share. I appreciate it. It's very dark. Somebody needs to turn on a light.
Yeah.
Your sire, tragic. My apologies.
There have been several
But you see,
updates
there is a
to
strict
fixing a
code of
lot of the
conduct that all of
animations
us
and everything in that
must-
portion of the game, the
must
opening.
adhere to if we wish to survive.
And you don't know at the time, but almost every character you see here is important to the story somehow, even if they look like a background character.
Oh, yeah.
Understand
How many times have you played this?
predicament.
Once?
Allowing you to live
Oh,
in
okay.
each
All right.
other
Yeah, I've
is
played this
responsible for your subsequent behavior.
countless times.
So, what I'm offering is not generosity, but the
Why is her
opportunity
hair doing
to
that?
transcend the fate woven by
It's just like
2000.
flapping.
2005 graphics, I
You
guess.
will be brought to Santa Monica. There, you will meet an agent by the name of Mercurio. He will provide
Also, a
details
2005
for
game running on
I've shown
2019
you great
operating system.
clemency.
That's
Prove
true.
It was more than a wasted
And
gesture,
graphic
Fletchman.
hardware.
Don't come back until you do. Good evening.
He's like, hey, I'm gonna help you out, but you got work for me now.
Yeah, it's kind of it.
Yeah. Rule number one of the world of darkness: nobody does anything altruistically.
Although, technically, in the lore, the Tremere would have swooped in and said, she's our concern.
Yeah, and
That's
that
beside
would have
the
been
point.
really, really bad.
Yeah, well, you get into some of the clan politics with the Tremere, and this is a little bit more deeper than the other clans.
How about that? Look, kiddo, it's probably a lot for you to take in, so why don't
And
let
now
me
you
show
get to
the
meet
ropes. What do you say?
Smiling Jack.
Yep, this was like 2005.
Jack.
So.
Yeah, and this is the voice of Bender.
Oh, nice.
Uh, Futurama.
We'll trade life stories, okay? Till then, I got about this much time. You in or out? Don't worry, kiddo. You'll adjust. I'd love to explain it all, but time's a wasting. You want some help or what?
You were in overseas in combat in 2005. A little busy. Yes, you were, Mr. Monkeyland.
All right. Why don't we
Yeah, Smiling Jack was a pirate, supposedly.
Oh, nice.
Christ, it's stuffy in there, huh?
Back in the olden
Much
days.
better. Now, we ain't got much time, but I figure somebody should fill you in on the bare bones stuff at least, you know. Could save your hide. You look wobbly. You even had a drink yet?
Do you even had a drink yet? Drink of
Oh,
what?
Man, we're popping a cherry here. Oh, you're gonna love this. All right, check it out. Blood, it's your new rack of lamb, your new champagne, plus your new fucking heroin, kid. Get ready though, cause hey, it's never as sweet as the first time.
Okay.
Down around the corner there, I saw this human. Poor SOB can't find his car.
So what do I mean,
All right,
Mm-hmm.
go down there, catch
Most clueless, newly made vampire ever. Did you see what was happening in that theater?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry if you weren't captain of the wrestling team or something, because it'll come soon.
Bye, Shady. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Yep, bye, Shady.
Will he become a vampire then? Or it's been one of those nights. I could use a drink.
Well, that was one of those little bits of lore that I believe the creator of the game, Mark Ryan Hagen, borrowed from Anne Rice, in that a vampire isn't just made from being bitten. You have to, the person has to be near death, and then the vampire has to feed them a little bit of their blood, or have been drained of all of their blood before being fed vampire blood. There has to be a process that's conscious and intentional.
Mm-hmm. So this is your blood. Blood is the fuel of your vampiric powers, disciplines. When your blood pool is low, you need to refill it. Humans are an abundant source of blood in most areas of the game. Really, one is not. One is in the alley around the corner. Oh, and I can switch to third-person view. So, for those in the chat who are wondering.
Yeah, don't kill them once your humanity drops.
Feeding on humans fills your blood. Blah blah blah. Feed. Press F.
Press F to pay respects.
It's only if I kill him. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Yeah, Tremere Girl's the most gothy looking of all the avatars.
Okay, good enough.
Hey, blood.
Num 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 num.
Hey, baby. I love the little spotlight effect that happens when you feed.
Right.
It's very dramatic.
Feeling that blood bubbling inside you, lifting you up.
So I just gotta.
That's what it's all about right there.
I gotta say this one. Great, when do I get my cape? Do I get to pick the color?
Alright now, you got the blood, you're feeling all kicked ass, feeling better than your best day living, but wait, it gets better. All kindred, that's our word for vampire. All kindred have a few things in common. Things that set them right square above humans on the food chain.
Yeah, like what?
Like sharper senses, a body that can take a beating, and if you play your cards right, eternal life. That's no sure bet, but still a chance at immortality's not a bad deal. And that's just for starters. Fringe benefits for joining the club.
So I'm going to live forever?
Well, you can still be destroyed, but forget the books and the movies.
Well,
It's like, well.
kind of, sort of, maybe.
A stake? Only if it catches you in the heart, and then it just paralyzes you. Running water?
Yeah, the thing I'm hoping for is that after the next game comes out, somebody goes back and recreates this whole game with the new assets.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
It'd be a huge project, but I would love it.
Night SDA. Thanks for stopping by, hun.
Night SDA.
Got it. Oh boy, gunshots. Dot dot dot. You do that. Yeah, you go see the thing. Use icon, press E, da, 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 da. Use icon is context sensitive. Let me get in here. We're gonna close the door. That's a good idea. Press space to jump. Press F to doubt.
Yeah, landing accurately on things is a little
X to doubt.
janky.
Yeah.
The physics in this game are a little floaty. This was one of the first versions of the Source engine, and they actually had to delay releasing this game until Half-Life 2 came out because there was a contract that said Half-Life 2 had to be the first game released with the Source engine.
You press the use key to pick up things. Ooh, there we go. Oh, you beat me up here.
Stay away from the window.
Somehow.
Oh, it's a
Magic.
Sabat raid. Sabat. They're, Christ, I was hoping to spare you this shit till later.
Welcome back, Kara.
Sabat.
I said press X to doubt. You just can't tell what I'm saying because the bangs are in. Press F to pay respects.
The Sabat got wind of the gathering here, so they figured they'd raise a little hell and put a little heat on the new prince.
Of course, the equivalent of the Islamic terrorists in the vampire world would show up.
Yeah, the Islamic terrorists. Except the Sabbat are right. The Camarilla think they're a bunch of religious zealots, but no, the Sabbat know the truth, which is kind of the funny part.
Yeah. So what is the prince of?
Of when doves cry.
Nothing a fledgling like you wants to mess with. Shh. Heads up. Back away.
Uh-oh. Y'all about to see some shit.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Elfin Coat's gonna go. Also, lamest Sabbat attack ever.
Right.
Couple of Mac 10s. I'm just running at a guy, yeah.
Dumb, frenzied Sabbat bastards. Alright, we gotta vamoose out the back quick. I'll stay and keep a watch out. You get us into the office. The door's around the corner here.
I'm on it. Yeah, I can do the escape thing. Did that? Interesting. The door is locked. The use icon, etc., etc., dexterity, security, etc., etc. Once you begin lockpicking, you'll see this bar. Oop. No, don't do that. Open door. Open. There we go.
And I've memorized the codes on the computer in this next room, so you don't even need to. I'll just tell you.
Shortcut. Well, nicely done, though. Not exactly an angel.
This is shortcut. I have moments.
Now, if you want a lesson on how really not to act, take notes from those Sabbat assholes. You're a big bad vampire. Yeah, great, congrats. Now keep it to yourself. You go roar and you beat your chest, and that's what you can expect.
Wait, I still got a list of people from high school. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Humans see you feeding. It's why the wolf doesn't want the sheep to know he's there. It's also why you don't go juggling dumpsters or outrun the 815 from Sacramento. And it's why you didn't know any of this when you woke up this morning.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Our secret, and you make things easier on all of us. We're living in the age of cell phone cameras. Fuck-ups ain't tolerated. Makes sense enough, right? Well, it ain't a casual thing for a fledgling like you.
What do you mean? What could happen?
That party back there with the guy
What's the worst that could happen?
Gorilla? The assholes that put your sire to death? That's the Camarilla. They make a tidy business out of enforcing vampire laws like this one.
A Camarilla, so they're like the vampire good guys. Good guys.
The good guys.
I like to let people form their own opinions.
Alright, so what next?
Don't worry, 'cause I know the area a little. You know what? I'm glad we're in
You get to turn into a gray area villain. Congratulations.
You gotta utilize your surroundings.
Yeah, punch that door, show that who's boss. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you gotta do. Theft, destruction of property, breaking and entering. These will be the least of your sins before the night's out. So look around here. We gotta get out the back there through that magnetically sealed door. There must be a key someplace.
I'll find it. So with the what was the one? The clans mod. Did you have to get onto a path before you join the Sabbat, or?
No, so what happens is that at a certain point in the game, when you meet, I won't spoil it for you or anybody else that's listening, but at a certain point in the game, you will have an encounter with a Sabbat leader. And depending on what choices of dialogue you make, you will enter a new branch of story based on the Clan Quest mod. The voice actor they got to do the lines for the Sabbat leader are so close to the original. It's amazing. And it's practically seamless. You can tell a little bit of the difference, but after a while, you don't even notice it. And at that point, the game branches off and you go down a different story path that takes you to a brand new hub space, a brand new part of Los Angeles that's just for this Sabbat thing. And it's like a whole, it's like an expansion pack completely. New characters, new quests, new options, all types of things. It's great.
Cool.
It's really well done. I was really impressed. Because I've played this game dozens of times, and it felt like something that would be an official extension of the setting.
Use computers to help solving quests.
The password is Chop Shop.
Oh, that's right. It's somewhere in the room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on a piece of paper in there. The piece of paper on the wall you can read. There's a couple options, or you can just try to hack it. And I think this first one is you can hack it with like 1 point or something.
Well, let's just see. Oh, because it's not even a mini game. It's just it enters the password for you. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, this is it's not like Fallout. So it's just a matter. Is your rating high enough? If the answer is yes, you hack it. That's why it's like a completely useless stat. The only time that it becomes useful otherwise is in some of the patches. They have skill rating requirements to access certain dialogue options with certain characters. Like if you have really high computer, you can talk special nerd stuff with some of the Nosferatu hackers. But elsewise, in actual functionality, there's no reason to take computers or to invest in hacking. Just all the passwords are static. You can find them on the internet and just use those.
Well, that was a wall I punched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like punching things, don't you?
Yep.
Doors and walls. Good job.
They're just, I mean, you think I was Malkavian, they just talk shit to me.
I think your character's drunk.
Probably.
What's your thing? Just angry drunk. God, wall, get out of my way.
Mr. Monkeyland says, I have an idea for a vampire story. A vampire takes interest in an army combat veteran, but with all those sparkling fairies and gay werewolves, I had to shell it. Damn Gilbert. Damn Twilight.
Oh, man.
And Black Romeo says, hey, Eve, you're looking beautiful and within your age range this evening. That was a joke from Two Girls One Stream earlier.
Oh.
Chop shop key. Exit.
There you go. Now take that key card and head out the back. I'll meet you out in the alley there. I'm gonna check out things from topside.
Nope. They're not doing console commands. Thank you. I meant to hit 1, but I hit the tilde key instead.
Yeah.
I to access your inventory. Key ring, shop key. Okay.
Yeah, all your keys just automatically go there.
I'm gonna get this down in a minute, I swear.
Oh, don't worry. They're very forgiving in this first part of the game for the tutorial.
Well, I meant with the I keep left clicking to interact with things. Oh shit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm seeing the game on a delay on the video, so I'm getting everything like 2 minutes after the fact.
You've been wounded by the Sabbat. The blue bar represents your current level of health. As you sustain regular damage, it will turn black. If your health is completely depleted, you suffer final death and your game is over.
Yeah, so save often. That's the other thing too.
Yeah.
Because if you get killed, the autosaves don't always autosave just because you enter a new room or something. So quick saving is always a good idea.
And hopefully it told me about ag damage. The bar turns yellow for ag damage. Yeah, let's not take Let's not take ag.
Ag sucks.
Fucking waste of sunlight.
Which you don't really have to worry about sunlight damage in this game because it's basically perpetual night.
Look at them potholes.
Mm-hmm.
Those will close up soon enough. Better feed though. There's someone down the
Oh
stairs.
yeah, this
here.
part. Go eat a rat.
Not the freshest catch, but he'll do.
What's the difference? Blood's blood, right?
Well, when it comes to feeding, it's quality blood you're looking for, not the quantity. Bums and lowlife don't pack the same punch that a healthy, well-bred human will. Juice bags with a pedigree. That's the good stuff. But you gotta take what you can get. You ever had a PhD, kid? Ooh, that's good stuff.
If you say so.
Remember what I said. Don't kill them. At least not the innocent ones. You're a monster now. Make no mistake. One of the damned and the fallen. You need to hold on to every last shred of humanity you have.
Say I get a little overzealous, what happens then?
And innocence and innocence. You kill one, even a work.
You become a white. That's actually the technical name if you lose all your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Go running around eating everything. Basically become an antagonist for another group of players.
The beast.
Yep.
Always there, waiting to take over.
Just a feral
When it
monster.
does, it's like a wild animal wearing your skin. Desperate, scared, reckless. He'll do anything to survive, and it's
Man, I hope I can play a Giovanni in the new game, if I decide to buy the new game. One of my favorite clans.
I said innocent human. If some
I'm
asshole levels a 12
worried
you drain him.
Oh, I'm very worried.
Yeah, I've heard things that make me worry that they're gonna water it down like they do with a lot of other games.
Well, if you watch Razor Fist's little quick rant he put out earlier today, and he knows exactly what he's talking about. He referenced the new material in the latest version of the book,
All right, now go for
and
it.
the mindset of some of the developers. And yeah, they might have the original writers of this game and some of the producers on it, but if they're going to be pushing an agenda, it's not going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh, he is draining pretty fast. And release. Go to sleep.
Yeah, bums go quick, as they say.
Yeah, you can do worse. There's some rats down the way.
Bum ba bum bum.
You can survive feeding on animals if you can stomach that kind of thing.
Worse than a bum's neck. That scarf tasted like old gym socks.
Mm-hmm.
Or I still think I still got some threads between my teeth.
Yeah, the writing in this is pretty funny.
Yeah, I'll think about it. Killing rats has no impact on your humanity score.
That's true. You can eat all the rats in the world, nothing happens to you. It's more advantageous to be a Nosferatu and eat rats, though. You get more blood out of them. Why? Don't know. It doesn't make any sense logically, but hey, it's a game.
Jacob says, "What's your favorite flavor PhD?" Well, I personally is like I try to stay away from English majors. They smell
Hey,
funny.
good. Yeah, leave me alone. I got enough problems.
Well, where did the... Yeah, I think this is the point where if you're a venture, they'd go, "Oh, hey, here, go eat a rat." Oh, you just threw up everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with the bum.
Yep. All right, I killed some rats.
Yay. Ah, Jack
Mr. Monkey Lent says gender studies PhD. Interact.
You rat sucker. Hey, I don't care what you do, but just so you know, polite vampire society looks down on that kind of thing.
After tasting one of those, I don't blame
Got
him.
someone around the way here.
Just one
Not
guy?
too much of a threat by himself, but you never know if there's more in shouting range. You're gonna have to sneak past.
All right, now this part is always irritating to me. This is
The
like
building
I have
across the
failed, I
road's
think, on this
garage door.
particular part of
There's
this
some
game
double
more
doors on
times
the
than
far
anything else.
side. I'll meet you inside.
Because it's
Just
very
stay
sensitive
low
when you're
and stick
sneaking.
to the shadows, and don't let it see
Yeah.
You have to go up to the box, wait for the guy to walk over, wait for the explosion to go off, wait for him to go the other direction, then you sneak by.
Sneaking is a combination of dexterity and stealth. Control to sneak. Okay. This meter indicates the proximity of your enemies and their chances of detecting you if they are looking your way. Where do I? Oh, I'm a dumbass. Here we go. Oh boy, this is dark. Like, let me turn the gamma up. This is that dark.
Well, it's a night game. It's supposed to be dark.
Yeah, but I couldn't even see the guy. There, I can kind of see him a little better now. Okay, so sneak over to the boxes.
Yep. Oh, sorry. The set of boxes further on there behind the car. Yeah. There we go. Wait for him to start moving, and then wait a second behind the box. All right, now get behind. Yeah, I'm seeing everything in a delay, so I don't know what's going on now. There you go.
Uh-oh. I got detected.
Yeah, then it resets and it takes you back if you get actually caught.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so once he walks back over from the explosion, just hurry around the corner to your right, past the boxes real quick.
Gotcha. And I made it.
Yay!
He said, Jacob says English may just taste like fancy food, totally overrated.
Probably true.
Black Romeo says, Oscribe doesn't like sexy vampire ladies sucking on his neck.
No. I do the biting, thank you.
Keep it quiet. They're inside here. Seems that shovelhead outside just got separated from his pack. He's wounded too. Go take care of him. Don't worry, he's probably greener than you.
And what makes you think that?
They don't have the most rigorous training program. In fact, that poor sod is lucky if he knows he's a vampire.
How can that be?
He's probably just turned and beaten over the head. They like to do that. Make shock troops, cannon fodder, put him out of his misery.
Could that be?
Yep.
He is a vampire, so be ready.
I'll keep that in mind. Equip my fists.
Yeah, I ended up playing Smiling Jack as an NPC in the LARP I was involved in for a scene or two, because one of the players had decided their sire was rumored to be Smiling Jack.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And this was a big myth or rumor for a long time, and then one day I was on staff, and we just decided, hey, let's just have Jack show up. Surprised the fuck out of him. He was like, I had to go buy a jean vest and all that 9 yards.
Ow. That was rude. I love how he dusted for me just punching him. This icon indicates you currently have equipped. Equip the same way as weapons, pressing the armor key. Default F3 until armor is highlighted. Oh, when you get armor later on, okay. So
Yeah, armor will change your outfit a bit. Make you look a little bit cooler as time goes on. Tremere Lady gets one of the neater looking outfits by the final armor set.
cool. I'm ignoring chat a little bit. Mustafa says they don't want not Giovanni, you don't want them biting you. Yeah, their curse is that they don't nullify the pain when you bite someone.
Yep,
So,
they actually inflict pain. It's the Lamia's Kiss curse from, because the Giovanni, kind of like the Tremere, they stole their vampire hood from another vampire.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I like their story's so cool. I love the Giovanni.
Yeah, we're having in my LARP where the city turned independent alliance.
Nice.
So the Giovanni are the primary ones that we're dealing with right now.
Cool.
And so my particular coterie is Old Clan Zamisi.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you're independent. You're Old Clan Zamitsu then?
Yeah, I'm Old Clan.
Okay. So you don't have any vicissitude?
No vicissitude, but I do have my own Thou, which is fun. I'm personally on Technomancy, so.
Oh, is this 5th ed?
It's not, but I think they I'm not exactly sure. They've made some edits to the lore for our particular LARP, so I'm not exactly sure where.
Oh, I see. I said Technomancy. I was like, oh, you're talking about Thaumaturgy Technomancy. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, everybody pronounces things differently. I've heard Zenitsi is supposedly the correct way to say it, but I've also heard Shamasei, Ventru, Vantru, Thaumaturgy, Thaumaturgy. It all goes over the place.
Yeah.
So you're a Technomancy Old Clan Zamitsi. I hadn't heard that combination before.
Well, my character was she was specifically sired because her sire was he's very old and is not very tech savvy. So since she was born in the 1970s and 80s,
yep,
you know, she is much more abreast with things. Like her quote sister is like maybe a couple hundred years old, so she's kind of out of date. So they needed someone who was a little more up to date on how to use computers and stuff.
Yeah, so you're the guide to the modern world for the old vampire.
Right. Not only that, she's a computer hacker, so I'm causing all sorts of shenanigans that way too. Yeah,
Technomancy is useful in very limited ways until you get to like Ghost in the Machine kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think I've maxed it out right now. I got telecommute. So
there you go. Yeah. That's why Thom is so sick. It's like if you're a Tremere and you have enough XP you want to dump into things and your storyteller lets you, you can do so many broken things.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Monkey says vampires are supposed to be able to see in the dark. Actually, that's a animalism power.
Auspex can do it. In the tabletop game, if you've got the merit heightened senses or acute vision, acute sense vision, you can see in the dark. And animalism, Protean 1 does that too. Although the Protean 1 makes your eyes glow red, which is a masquerade breach.
Yep. And Black Room says, I was thinking more of a Toreador or a nice Malkavian, if you know what I mean. Talk about having someone bite on your neck. Yeah, Toreador wouldn't be so bad.
Depends on the Toreador.
Hey, Check. How's it going? Check Your Logic isn't here.
Yep. Hey, Check.
I don't know what this is in reference to, Mr. Monkey. It says, quote, he did not choose to bleed all over the place. She gets a big fluffy coat. Hey, what did those boxes ever do to you? Oh, because I was hitting the boxes. They looked at me funny. I'm telling you. I'm like part Malkavian here. The walls, the doors. all these motherfuckers just keep giving me a dirty look, and I'm just like, look, y'all can't be doing this shit. I got a temper.
She's a lady. She has to get past the obstructions in her life. The next is the glass ceiling.
Right. Vampires in my story had a family before she kept track of her descendants. Before, and she kept track of her descendants. Today, she's doing as their quote aunt.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in position to perform a stealth kill, that's hard to say with these fangs in. You will see this icon. Stealth kills have the advantage of being silent. Crouch, sneak up behind, press E. Okay. I don't. How close do I have to get?
You have to get pretty close, and then the little thing shows up, and then you hit the button.
I can't get any closer. I'm literally running into him. I don't know what the problem is.
Move your cursor up and down a little bit.
Oh, maybe it's aimed too low on him?
Something like that, I think.
Or maybe it's because I don't have my weapon out.
Oh, yeah, if you have your weapon equipped, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. And different weapons do different stealth kill animations. I like the, when you eventually get to the katana, is particularly satisfying.
What's going on? Sounds like the Sabat's getting scattered. I'm gonna keep an ear to the ground. Be careful going forward here. Could be a whole mess of them holed up.
Sin Jacob says, how does the glass ceiling work here? Is it only half as thick?
There's a couple of moments where you crash through, or something crashes through a ceiling, so later in the game though.
Disciplines are your vampiric powers.
Mm-hmm.
Blood buff is another ability common to all vampires. Scroll the mouse wheel to select blood buff and then use the power key, right click to use it. Okay, that's what I was wondering. So I have Auspex 1, blood buff, blood purge, blood strike, and trance. What do you mean failed? Oh,
yeah, you gotta trance them and then sneak past, I think.
Oh, I have to blood buff myself. That's what it was trying to tell me.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, you have to. This part of the tutorial is very, very picky. If you deviate from center just a little bit too much, then it's not very forgiving.
Yeah, I read it, but it was more of a.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the unofficial patches adds a skip tutorial option at character creation, so you can just get past this after you've done it 20 times.
Let's do. Actually, we're just gonna sneak up behind him and. Oh. Oh, I was supposed to use Auspex. Oh, okay. Rude.
Yeah, Auspex doesn't really do anything.
It's what it wanted me to do for this tutorial, so when I killed him, it was like...
Yeah, depending on what clan you're playing, different things are required for this part of the tutorial, but...
I was just telling me because it went through the list, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Now, later on, Blood Purge is an area of effect thing, so you run up to a guy, put Blood Purge on, they get stunned, and while they're barfing up blood, you nail them with your melee weapons.
I turn Auspex off because that's draining blood.
Yeah, Auspex is pointless in this game. I mean, there are some ways I could see it being useful. Like if there was some reason to have to look at somebody and determine whether they're human or vampire, that was some part of the story or something, but it really isn't. Or if higher levels of Auspex gave you dialogue options.
Right.
Like sort of quasi telepathy or something. But
You could actually glean information by using it.
right, yeah, but they didn't build that in the game, and some mods may have, but I don't remember. At least none of the major ones. There was a big project to rebuild this game in Unity, like from the ground up, but they were told to cease and desist. They spent years on that, and they had to stop all of a sudden because Paradox decided, nope.
There we go. The other bitch is dead. I'm really low on blood. I can feed on other vampires, though. I didn't think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong. Do it again. Yeah, I know, right? Dominate. Trance. Oh, I have to do it without being detected. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing with this one. There's some rats coming up you can feed on for more blood, and a couple of humans. So.
Ah, I can't feed on him though. I tranced him like I was supposed to.
Yep. Like I said, the tutorial's very, very strict on what you can and can't do.
Pick up an object and throw it. Crouch, find an object that you can pick up and throw it away from the guard to distract him.
Okay, so this is the only time in the entire game where you would ever do this, because this process of distracting somebody never becomes either useful again in any point in the game. I cannot remember a time where I ever did this again throughout the entire game, or it made sense to, but you have to do it here.
Fucking humans. Gang
You pick it up and you throw it with your mouse, or with your mouse click button. And you throw it all the way in the other corner. And that'll be the first and last time you'll ever do that.
Well, it's done, so.
Yep, you got it done the first time through. That's good.
Well, I'm gonna want it back, so don't go die and lose it. I don't use guns much. They're noisy and clumsy, practically useless against vampires, but still, a kindred's gotta keep up with the times. And in modern day Los Angeles, that means coming strapped.
That means coming strapped.
Well,
Useless against vampires.
Some are more lethal than others, of course. Watch out for those shotguns. Ouch, those things can smart, I tell you.
I hear you.
Clear out what's left of them. Can't have them running their mouths about any of this. I'm gonna make sure there's no stragglers around outside.
F2 is for ranged weapons. Some weapons on 38 have an alternate firing mode, such as automatic fire. Press the attack mode key, tab to toggle it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Black Romeo says, kind of serious question. Did playing this game affect how you LARPed it? I started... well, for me, I actually carried over some of the lore from this game into a couple of the characters I played. But how I LARPed it? No, I can't say it did. It did influence some storylines, but outside of that, no. Mr. Monkeyland says, Scribe-like. Or Mr. Monkeyland, I guess. Useless against vampires. Yeah, the guns are not useless against vampires. They're just the guns that are useful against vampires you won't get until later in the game, and yeah.
So if you go,
and by then your melee will be hopefully high enough that you can just like 3-shot him with an axe or something.
oh, I'm in the basement, so go to the ground floor. I knew that. I was just testing. Oh, in the game, Kara, I'm talking to, what was his name? Smiling Jack?
Smiling Jack, yeah. Bruja, purportedly a pirate. In the lore, he generally only shows up in a town when something really insane is about to happen, sort of like he's a sign and portent. He has a bad habit of just making a random person a vampire and then leaving him.
So we're gonna equip our brand new baseball bat, and I'm gonna go beat the shit out of this guy.
You should eat him, feed on him, take his blood.
Ow.
Run up to him and hit F.
I tried. He was moving away.
Oh, you just have to try a couple times. Eventually get him.
Oh, well. Combat is not the only solution for sticky situations. There are dialogue.
Mm-hmm. You probably see mostly blue options since you took enough for persuasion.
Yeah. So does having the option mean it'll be automatically successful, or?
If you have the option appear, it will be successful. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that means your rating is high enough that you can avoid the mundane possibilities, and you have this opened up to you. There's not a whole lot of RNG in this game when it comes to the actual role playing or the character interactions. It's basically if your rating is X, you either pass or fail.
Well, to be honest, you came at an interesting time, let's say. The Camarilla, the Sabat. Well, in LA, these are the new
Smiling Jack looked like a Hobie.
Kindred had stakes down in
Wasn't Hobie a brand of like surfing equipment or
we
something?
got every inch of Kindred rivalry playing out all over the city. Lot of tension out there.
Yeah, all the voice acting, the characterizations in this game are pretty much top notch. You couldn't ask for better. And like this image right here is like the definitive Smiling Jack now. So.
A lot of fear, latitude, or high strung predators clinging to their little pieces of eternity.
I really hope they bring him back for the sequel and they get the same voice actor, because that'd be a nice continuity bit.
Was hoping to fill you in on a little bit more, but hell, you'll figure it all out. If you make it back, stop in at the last round. It's this bar downtown here. I'll fill you in on the politics. That's the stuff that'll kill you. Good luck.
Why did he turn around to turn around?
Yeah, well,
he's like, okay, I'm gonna turn to leave. Oh, and I'm gonna spin back around.
Yeah, some of the other patches fix some of this goofy stuff, because this is, what you've got here, as far as I can tell, is basically vanilla plus of the game.
It just basically fixes some game-breaking bugs and puts a little more polish on it, but it's
more or less. Yes, there's still some eccentricities left over from the original publication. But yeah, anybody listening, if you want to try, my recommendations are either the unofficial patch with the plus patch additions, which add on all types of recovered content and other things, and add backgrounds that you can select from for character creation.
Oh, nice.
Or the Clan Quest mod by itself. Don't patch. The thing about these mods is only put one on at a time, unless you know for a fact that you can combine them. Otherwise, most mods do not combine well with each other.
That's why the only other ones I got besides the patch plus, or the unofficial patch, was just some texture ones. Because all I did was installed the patch first, and I replaced the textures.
Yeah, I think most texture packs are safe, but anything that changes gameplay or disciplines
Right.
or how stats work or anything else, it's pretty much pick one, stick with it, and don't mess around with it. And if you want to try something else, you have to do it on a clean install.
So Jacob says 2005 game, everybody, and Kara says, so 2005 games had NPC hobo characters guide through the tutorial. LOL.
Yay! That's right. This is the greatest game ever.
Right?
Hobo Teacher.
I had the Interview mod, Mustafa, and I installed it because I was trying to put all the other mods together, and then I realized that I totally broke the game by installing them all on top of each other, so I had to reinstall.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's basically a one or none kind of thing.
Yep.
I haven't played the Intertribute mod yet. So far as I know, it just adds the different clans, but doesn't change the story. So it kind of breaks the lore in some ways. Because
breaks the game a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because apparently the
Yeah,
Zamisi Lake game is just insane because you get the horrid form.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a bit OP on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like I wish there was a Giovanni mod where you could like start off as a member of the Giovanni family, but that would have its own like epic story that would not mix well with the base Bloodlines game.
Hey Peter, how's it going?
It is a Peter.
The
Peter.
At your convenience, please come visit me at my home downtown. I leave this to guide you. Dark blood, our curse, a light this verse. Such power I sense in one so young, confine me where burns the mystical sun. M. Strauss, Tremere Regent. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's very cryptic, but it does make sense later on. And you get that whether you're a Tremere player or not. It's just that by the time you reach the Regent, you'll have a whole extra option of joining the house and becoming an apprentice.
Interesting.
You have to fulfill his. You have to be loyal to the clan and all the things that you do after you get to that point, and always think of the clan first when it comes to your missions.
Mustafa said playing a Setite was fun until you step under a streetlight.
Yeah.
Hey, the password for your computer is Sunrise. Keep cash in the drawer. It's yours. I dropped you an email with my address. Come over after you get settled, Mercurio. Money, 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 money. Okay.
Let's see what else is. Check the bathroom. If you look around a little bit, there should be some. I think some pills and a watch or something. You can sell that stuff.
There's definitely a pill bottle.
Yeah, there might be a watch in the corner if I remember correctly.
And a watch. Yep, you are correct.
And in the refrigerator, there's a couple of blood bags.
Yeah, I got the blood bags already.
You got the blood bags. Yeah, I'm seeing everything in delay. What else? Yeah. Check out the other apartments. I don't think you'll be able to unlock the door to the one yet, but when you do, there's a skill book hidden in there somewhere.
There's some time meeting with him. All right, we'll just go next. Oh. Penis enlargement. Watch girls come running. Call today. 1-800-555-STICK.
There's some funny ads in this thing. Oh, and the radio stuff. You can find this on YouTube. You just look up like Bloodlines Radio. The radio show that they produced for the background on the radio thing is actually really hilarious, and it's got a lot of in-game jokes and stuff. You can't control it; it's just one long track, basically, but it's great.
This looks like more spam.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that's not really useful to the game, but some stuff is, or has, you know.
Hey, welcome to town. Come on over to my place once you get situated. We'll talk about what you'll need to do to get the job done. I'm going to pick up some explosives right now, some astrolite. I should be back by the time you come over. I'm at 24th Main Street in number 4. Walk to the end of the alley, and my building is the next one on the right. M. Subject: the opening from a friend. The game begins. A pawn is moved. Ooh, mysterious and cryptic.
Yes, and there's always the theories. Who sent those emails? You get a couple of those over the course of the game. It's like, Well, unfortunately, I have to Splitsville. I got a few
Okie
things I
dokie.
got to get done before going to bed because I got to be up at 4 in the morning.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for your help with the lore and just hanging out with me. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Yeah, and you know, if anybody ever wants to talk Vampire the Masquerade, I know way too much. So yeah, I'll be available to guest for anybody who wants to discuss that stuff because I know way too much, and I love it, even if I'm scared for the future of it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know. Anyway, well, you have fun, Eve, and I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, Scribe.
Bye.
Well, okay, folks. It's just you and me now. Let's see. I don't see anything else in here. Oh. I can still hear the radio. Newspaper. LA Sun. Carnival of Death. Gruesome remains found on the pier. Police baffled. Oh my. This one's just open. Can I steal this TV? Can't steal the TV. Don't see anything else in these apartments. Alright, doesn't look like there's anything in here. I love how the name is just marked out. Scribe has left the building. Yep. Are you going live with the minions? I hadn't planned on it, but I might cut off here in a little bit and go because I think 2 hours is about how long I like to stream anyway. So.
You got some change, lady?
But I am planning to do this as a series, so we'll just see where that goes from there. And then I might, between now and the next time I play, get some texture mods. So, make the game look a little prettier. Can you get this on PlayStation or is it just a PC game? You know, I think it might have been, but don't quote me. It might have been on PlayStation at one point, but this is an old game. This is from like 2005. As far as I know, it's PC only, but it might have been on console as well. It's still a hazy night to host. Don't forget it's the 500th episode of Minions. I know, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna cut off probably right when Minions starts because that'll be right at 2 hours. So I'll cut off right at 10:30 because I started at 8:30. So. Do I want to be a good person and give him money, or do I want to be a dick and tell him to go fuck off, or do I want to... Oh yeah, he's probably got all his people. Never mind then. I still don't want to walk on the stream, so... You hungry? I am too. We seem to be all alone in this alley, so... I can either be like, oh, here's some money, or I can be like, fuck you, buddy, or I can be like, hey, I'm really gonna eat you, so. Let's give him a little bit of change. I only gave him $1 anyway, it's not a big deal. See that sewer grate I just walked over, or that sewer manhole cover. That is access to the sewers, and that is the only way to travel as a Nosferatu. What is this motherfucker dying on the streets for? Wasting good blood everywhere.
Good luck finding a bidet around here. Yes, is there something I can help you with?
What are you doing?
For that blasted tow truck I called an hour ago. I'd rather not wait another second in this part of town, this time of night. It's rather a dreadful place, don't you think? I should have listened to my mechanic. By German, he said.
Terribly sorry to trouble you, but my wallet's been stolen and I need to take a cab. Or looking for a little company. Thanks, Deco. How's it going? Drink him. Nah, I'm gonna skip the bum and go drink this guy instead.
Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and do be careful.
Of course, thank you. Thank you so much, darling.
Good luck finding a bidet around here.
Can't just pounce on you and eat you, but you are right there. Oh. Okay, something just snarled at me.
I don't think so, buddy. No.
Hey, honey, looking for a date?
Well, considering I'm streaming right now, probably shouldn't do this live, so
Need some company?
maybe later, sweetheart.
Hey, buddy, go your own way. Hey.
Oh, shit! That was not what I meant to do. Okay, we're gonna reload. That should be just when I stepped out the building there. Not too far back. I pressed F instead of E. Oh boy. Slip of the fingers, a masquerade violation.
Change, lady. That's very nice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, well, let me skip this part. She's walking at a weird angle. Yeah, tease, lame. Yeah, I know. All it does is she's like, okay, hey, let's go do it over in this alley over here. And you drag her over in the alley and beat on her. That's all it is. There's no sex. And we'll get the money from him
Yes,
again.
Is there something I can help you with? Waiting for that blasted... Oh, I completely understand. Here, take a few bucks. Think nothing of it. I wouldn't be surprised if in this neighborhood you were pickpocketed. Anyhow, good evening, and do be careful.
Do.
Not today.
Not today. Bitch, I will eat you. Hello, Ostifer. Hey, I'm talking to you, cop. Fucking pig.
Hey, how's it going, girl?
Wow. This guy's eyes are just like, I just did all the coke. Alright, yeah. I'm okay. Do I know you?
Man, wait. Say that again.
Maybe you can hear me if you could pull your head out of your ass. Be a real dick to him. Okay, do I know you?
Man, you're a vampire, aren't you?
What, vampire? What the hell are you smoking? Look, I don't know you. I don't know what you think you know, but I'd recommend you forget it, or let's say, what's it to you? Or, leave me alone, idiot. Let's go with number one.
Come on, you are too. Oh, man. Don't bullshit me, girl. Just come clean. I ain't gonna tell no one. It's okay. I just want to talk.
Feed on her, Falcon. It's these fangs, I can't talk straight. Alright, then let's talk.
Oh, man. I knew it. Oh, jeez. I knew you were. I just could tell. Oh, man, this is great. And then I saw your teeth, and I was like, damn, it was like I could just sense you. The name's Knox Harrington. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, man.
Are you a vampire? How do you know all this?
I'm a ghoul. I didn't know about any of this stuff until a couple of months ago, when this guy just appeared and, well, all of a sudden, bam! Whoa, man! Vampires are real and right there in front of my eyes. Blew my goddamn mind.
Just shoot this mother effer and take his shit. Nah, he's a little more useful than that. You said you're a ghoul. What's that?
Well, the way it was explained to me, whenever a vampire lets a human drink some of their vampire blood, the human gains a little vampire power. Can heal up quick and that kind of stuff. Jeez, oh man. Then they're a ghoul and ooh, watch out.
Also, fun fact, if a ghoul continues to drink vampire blood, they gain the immortality for as long as they continue to drink the blood. They do not age. So, being a ghoul, if you have a good enough vampire who's a benefactor to you, is probably about the best of both worlds. You get access to some of the vampire powers without any of the vampire curses. You can still go out in daylight. You don't crave blood. You don't have to drink it to sustain. However, it does make you inordinately attached to the vampire. Like you become what they call bloodbound. And by being bloodbound to someone, you are drawn to them. You're almost obsessed with them at certain levels of bloodbound. So don't you mean want to be vampire lowlifes? Or okay, let's not do that. It was the vampire made you.
Man, I really wish I could tell you, but I don't think I'm supposed to. But it's really cool to be talking to you just, well, because I don't get a lot of chance to talk to vampires. Oh, man. Well, other than my master. So I thought I'd just say, you know, what's up? You know?
Yeah, ghouls are different in this one, Mr. Monkey Lent. Ghouls are just basically humans who've consumed vampire blood and haven't been turned, but they it's like Scribe was saying earlier, ghoul are to become a vampire in this world, you have to be drained to the brink of death, or even actually drained to death, and then given vampire blood to be turned, so, or embraced. It's
awesome! Man, after that first taste of vampire blood, it's like the best drug. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's like...
So he is high on vampire blood.
It just made me feel like I was better at everything. I felt like a god just sucking on that nasty dude's wrist.
So what are you doing around here?
Probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm on a secret mission for my master. Well, hey, it's been great talking to you, man. But I better be going. Oh man, you know, important stuff to do.
Wait.
No.
What's up, girl?
Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know? Just go down to the end of the street, make a left into the parking garage, take the steps down, and the tunnel will lead you right out into the beach.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know? Oh yeah, here's something. There's a blood bank in the basement of this medical clinic here. That can come in mighty handy for vampires. You know what I mean?
You guys getting quirks, you go to Ghoul to a Malkavian, you go insane. Yeah, that can happen too. I was gonna call it after the flesh for becoming a vampire, yeah.
Oh man, yeah, sure. What do you want to know?
I think I killed my dialogue option here.
Not my problem.
Supposed to be able to basically convince him to become my ghoul. But I'm sure there'll be other opportunities later.
Don't touch me. No? Not my problem.
So we're gonna go down this alleyway here. Now the coolest part about this game is you're You're given a mission to do, but this world is fairly open and allows you to explore wherever you want to go. Use Auspex right here. Oops. Let's put that away. We're gonna right click so that I can see where I'm going. I need to feed on someone. Because I am running out of blood pretty quickly. Damn Twilight. Yeah. That one's locked with the keypad, so I can't get in there. Now, if you see this, there's an icon up here in the upper left-hand corner, right above my my picture here. It shows a mask. It means I'm in an area where I need to uphold the masquerade, which means I have to behave like a normal human. I can't do anything that would violate the masquerade.
It's a nice night out, huh?
I'll scream. Hey there, need a date?
Hey, honey, looking for a date? For you, honey? 50 American
50
dollars.
bucks.
Best money you'll ever spend. I promise.
Yeah, I'm not paying 50 bucks to feed off of you. I'll catch one of these motherfuckers in the alley. Or better yet, I'll go break into this blood bank. I have blood on me. What am I talking about? You love Twilight. The Cullens are her jam. Yeah, no, Polly. No, that's not a thing. Okay. Now, we're not supposed to be in here, so we're gonna sneak. Game save, so I have an autosave right there at that door. "13 stimulants in every bottle." Oh my goodness. Liquid demon seed. Slobber it down. Oh my goodness. The names are Babalus, Babaloo, Seed, XTC, Rondo, and Dank Stank. This one has 13 Yellow Snow, Sex with 3 X's, Triple Team, and Dirty Sanchez. Good grief. Like, you know that the world isn't too great. And this is why they call it the World of Darkness, but come on. This is ridiculous. And oh, lockpicking skill difficulty of 9. Well, shiitake mushrooms.
No. Queen Bitch would say no to that. Yes.
Employee of the month. Well, good for you. Wait. What? Did that just... Yeah, it's a raunchy ass vending machine. Booty, sweat, and bust nut, yep. Come on, open door. Well, I can boost and then open the door. There we go. Okay, you know what, we'll just leave it open. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. let's not go that way just yet. Let's not go that way either, because I know what's in there. That's the morgue. I'll give y'all a guess what's in the morgue. Anybody want to guess what's in the morgue? The alert for cameras. Yeah, I don't know if there's cameras, but it's a good idea. Freezers. Let's see if I can hack this. Nope. We're gonna do a thing real quick then. Ambrosia. And now, oop, game. It's not loading. Another vampire, $500 for Nosferatu. Is it the morgue? Well, it is the morgue, but you know. There we go. Did I type that wrong? Temperture. Why is freezer 2 warmer? Okay. We're gonna move along. A Nosferatu in the morgue. Well, do you want to go see? Let's go see, kids. A ninja vampire? No, there's nothing to look like. Nothing looks like there's nothing in here. I thought there was one in here. Ninjas, yeah. Well, I have a feeling that information is not completely useless, but I don't know where I could use it. So it's 10, 12, and 2. Yeah, no, let's not even try that one, because that's... Really? I can't even get in there? Rude. Or there. That's the only place to go is the laundry room. Oh, there's the morgue. Okay. Elevator. Can we open this? I'm just trying to walk the path of peace. You're making me walk the path of pieces. Yeah. I said I'm pretty sure if I recall. Well, I guess I was wrong. Nothing there. It's the same one, damn it. Oh, anyway. I'm running out of blood, but I want to get this box open, so... Uh-oh. Okay, that was dumb. Thankfully there was nothing for me to destroy there. So, is that minion starting? That was minion starting, so I am gonna call it right here. So what just happened there was I used up the last of my blood, and because I used the last of my blood, I went into a frenzy. Thankfully there was nothing for me to frenzy on, so I didn't murder some innocent civilian. But that could have been bad. If you're reading this, you're not dead. How do you know? Nope. Yeah, so... I think I'm gonna hack this real quick. That was it. ABOBO ABOBO, comma 9. This is available commands. Okay. ERR Y D. Well, anyway, I think that's about a good stopping point for us tonight, guys. Want to say thank you to everyone for coming out and hanging out and watching the stream. Next time I probably won't do all this makeup and stuff and costuming, but we'll see. I'm going to try to do the next streams at least, the very least, by next Sunday. And we'll see if I can maybe swing one earlier than that. I don't know. We'll try to do this at least once a week from now on. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and hanging out with me. Thank you to Scribe for stopping by and giving us little lore bits and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you guys later. Good night.